mornings.
Love the mornings.
With Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
Very fun, isn't it?
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the halfway point of the week. $100,000 is just an hour and a half away at 7 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock as well with Destroy Your Debt. All you need to do is listen at 7 and at 8. We're going to give you a keyword. You text it to us. We call you back. You win. Boom. Easy. In the meantime, got so much going on. We're going to have a little replay of Ghosted after 6 o'clock. Let's check in with the crew. TJ, what's on your mind, man?
You know, think of all the hardest workers on earth. Drake works very hard. Oprah works very hard. Beyonce works very hard. But no one works as hard as Joe Exotic.
No,
Don't ever say that.
He's hustling.
Who just launched an underwear line with his face on the crotch. He's selling two of them. There's the financially recovered cheetah boxer brief and the super soft peach skin. Boxers are made from 100% cotton to keep your unmentionables fashionably stylish and secure.
And just to confirm, he's selling this from jail.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Because Joe Exotic is in jail right now.
Yeah,
No, sorry, in
Dominican
prison.
Island. Multiple
In
times.
prison,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Jax?
Oh, Joe Exotic. Guys, what's that feeling out there?
No, don't.
What's
Don't.
that feeling?
21 degrees feeling like 28.
Yeah, exactly. That's that feeling.
That's right. It is the full corn moon. That's what we're in right now. The full corn moon.
What is that?
I knew
The
it.
full corn moon is in Pisces right now. So if you're thinking to
Not
yourself,
Pisces.
TJ, I swear to God. Hang on.
All right.
So if
What
you're
is it?
feeling a little more in your feelings right now or a little more emotional, that is, yes, the full corn moon. So get this, guys. It's going to give you some complicated emotion, all thanks to Venus. It's a very complicated pattern in the sky. You're going to find yourself longing to shelve the stressors of the world and chill. Your phone, your news, your BFFs, your relationship drama, they just need a break. So if you're feeling that way, that's that full corn moon.
Damn you, Venus. Damn
Is
you.
that what
I
you
have
is that,
no idea. Okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying
Well,
it's okay to be in your feelings, Adam.
also,
Okay.
corn moon is just an odd phrase. But anyway, producer Jesse.
My little corn moon.
I wanted to talk a little bit about Joe Biden advertising in Animal Crossing because it is my most favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
So you can now get a sign for your lawn in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That'll be like a Joe Biden campaign sign.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
I've
him
been
and Kamala, right?
And pardon?
Him and Kamala?
Yeah, him and Kamala. And I've been playing so much Animal Crossing that now I'm getting advertisements for companies that are advertising in Animal Crossing.
That's amazing.
So the other day on Instagram, I got a Hellman's, like mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm
and they
familiar.
have all their little Animal Crossing people celebrating
Cute.
Hellman's making
Can you
meals.
get Hellman's in Animal Crossing?
No, but they just used it to advertise.
Oh, wow.
It came up on Instagram.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Trump advertising in Animal Crossing?
I'm just gonna say, if Trump does, his sign's gonna be bigger.
Oh,
Yeah,
my,
like-
what
oh, yeah.
an idiot.
Yes,
Okay.
you know it's gonna happen.
Amazing. Cute,
Wow.
Jesse. Cute
Anyways,
story.
shout out the best game ever.
Yay.
It is a great game, and you don't really do anything. It's kind of like life. It's a great life, but you don't really do anything, right?
It's so soft.
Okay.
What's the point? There isn't really a. Oh no, there's a point. We just haven't figured it out yet. Virgin Radio. Good morning.
Always been the one to say the first goodbye. Had to love and lose a.
And this is what's trending right now.
Most Ontario University students will have their own dorm rooms and no visitors. There's also going to be no common areas. So universities are going to follow their own rules and school by school, but it sounds like most of them are the same. Humber College, U of Ottawa, Queen's, University of Guelph have all announced on their information pages that bringing a friend into your on-campus residence is a no-go this year. And if you listen very closely, you'll hear the sound of shuddering from condom companies across the world.
No, there's just gonna be a lot of stairway action.
What?
There is.
Right on.
But can you
Life
imagine?
finds a way.
Can you imagine being like, all right, this year I'm going to have my own dorm that I'm going to have by myself, but I'm not allowed to have anybody in it. Like, that's such a trick.
I think that's TJ's.
that is
biggest-
trickery.
That's the dream. That's his dream.
No, but I mean, you can't bring a girl home either.
Wow.
Or boy, or
That part's
whatever.
not the dream.
You know what? When I was in university, that wouldn't have been a problem because none of them would have come home with me anyway.
Yeah, how many people are complaining about not being able to bring someone back to their room and you wouldn't be able to anyway?
Yeah.
I went to community college and we didn't have dorms, so there you go.
No, there you go.
Pilots in Los Angeles reported seeing a guy in a jetpack at 3,000 feet in the air. So this happened Sunday evening, right in the path of planes destined for LAX. We have the audio, actually, of the pilots calling the tower. You can hear what they're saying.
Hang on.
It's amazing.
As they prepared to land at LAX, the pilot sounded quite certain, as you can hear for yourself.
That's our American 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
American 1997, okay, thank you. Were they off to your left side or right side?
Off the left side, maybe 300 yards or so, about our altitude.
Okay, American 1997.
Later on in the recording, you can also hear his co-pilot saying, only in LA. Like, they're way too casual about seeing a man with a jetpack.
You know it's some stupid vlogger just up there.
Has to be.
David
zipping and
Dobrik
ripping
just hanging around.
Yeah.
If it's
He would
Jake
never.
Paul, I'm going to be so mad.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, this story goes from funny to annoying real quick if it's one of the Paul brothers. People who refuse to wear masks are likely to be sociopaths. This according to a new study out of Brazil. The study conducted by researchers found that people who flout coronavirus measures exhibit higher levels of callousness, deceitfulness, and risk-taking, which are likened traits to those of sociopaths. So, wear a mask.
Guess what? That makes a lot of sense.
Just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think presented without comment.
Yeah. Hey, here's something. Now you think what you want.
Yeah.
And that's what's trending. I'm TJ.
How about this? Think about $100,000 in your bank account. What would you do with it? What would it do for you? 7 o'clock. Let's make it happen for you with Destroy Your Dad.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Man, 2020's been a year. So how about we sprinkle a little good news in, and I am going to play for you a parrot at a zoo. His name's Chico. He's 9 years old, which is very young in parrot years. They can last like 50 to 75 years.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You have to sign a waiver, actually, when you buy a parrot, saying that you will put into your will who will take care of it in the event of your death.
Are you serious?
I kid you not. I kid you not. That's a
Follow-up
real
question.
thing.
Why do you know that?
We don't.
Don't
need to
ask me
that.
why I know
Yeah, we
random
don't need
stuff.
to
I
ask
know.
that.
I don't even know where I found that out. But it's the truth, and because parrots have become super attached to their owners and are known to die from heartbreak.
Oh,
Stop it.
Yeah.
Adam.
So they want to make sure that the parrot's going to be well taken care of.
A lonely parrot.
They get very stressed. Yeah, they get very stressed if their owner goes or if they have another parrot that they're friends with. Now this parrot
like
is at a zoo
Reggie.
and he's well taken care of and he loves Beyoncé. So let's have a listen to Chico singing "If I Were a Boy."
If I was a boy, you see it? What? If I was a boy, you see it?
I'm pretty
wow.
Gorgeous
nailed it.
voice.
Nailed
Gorgeous
it.
voice.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous voice.
If I heard that at karaoke, I would like stop what I'm doing and rush the stage.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
who are you?
Yeah, Chico's
Who
got
are
it.
you? What are you doing later?
And then it would be a bird, just like,
I don't know. I'm a parrot.
yeah. I'm a parent, someone had to sign a waiver for me.
The great thing for you, though, is the parrot would be willing to move in right away.
Yeah.
So
That's the dream.
You finally found your gal, hey?
the only issue is parrots are apparently a little messy, right? So
Oh,
TJ,
they never work.
They can get pecky. They can
Can they
get
get pecky?
They can get pecky. They can get a little pushy and pecky. Yeah.
If you get in their space.
Yeah.
Only if you get in their space.
New music.
Kane Brown featuring
Virgin Mornings.
with What's Trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
Ontario doesn't have plans to let you expand your bubble past 10 people this fall. This according to Ontario Minister of Health Christine Elliott, who would likely be in the know, saying, "We recognize that social bubbles for students will be larger, but we are also facing the flu season, so we're going to keep things as they are right now. We may change that in the future, but for right now, we're going to keep it in its present stance." So
it makes sense. I mean, why take the risk? And that they keep talking like second wave's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I heard, like if it gets around like 4 or 5 degrees, that's when COVID does really well.
Yeah.
You know, it's when it's too hot or too cold that it doesn't. So
Look, I'm down. I'm down with my bubble, and I could use
you got a good bubble.
I got a good bubble, and I could use a good nesting season again. Let's go. Let's go.
someone stole a $500,000 statue from a Toronto yard that weighs 500 pounds.
Like how?
This is from a yard west of Spadina, made famous by artist Leo Vivot. 5-0.
One of those.
One of those is bound to be correct. The piece is a 500-pound depiction of Adam and Eve nestling on a bench, which police say they are now searching for, and it was stolen in the night on Tuesday morning. It's very mysterious.
Ominous.
Do you remember a couple months ago when somebody stole one of the traffic cameras before they started
And that was
using it?
800 pounds.
Yeah.
Did we get to the bottom of that?
No, there's just a really strong thief out there.
Just somebody with a really big truck with an arm on it.
Only one person could do that.
the mountain from Game of Thrones?
A robot.
Oh, maybe. Could be a robot.
There's a rogue robot on the loose stealing very heavy items in the city.
Once a month.
I hate it. I hate this.
Uber riders are now going to have to provide photographic proof that they're wearing a face mask before trips. So in a statement, Uber said, earlier this year, we built innovative technology designed to verify that drivers on Uber and delivery people on Uber Eats were wearing a mask. And we firmly believe that accountability is a two-way street. So if a driver reports to them that a rider is not wearing a mask, the rider will be required to take a selfie with their face covered before they're able to make another trip with Uber.
Wow.
So if you get in the car, you're not wearing a mask, the driver will claim that you're not wearing it. So before you order anything else, you have to take another one.
Damn.
They said this new feature can help ensure the safety of Uber for the next driver.
Good for them.
And it looks like the mask verification will roll out in Canada and the US by the end of the month.
Sick, do it. Like, that's a fantastic idea. Yeah.
It's interesting. That's what's trending. I'm TJ.
Thank you, TJ. In 5 minutes, we're going to give you an opportunity at $100,000. And all you need to do is text the keyword that we're going to announce at 7 o'clock, which is in 5 minutes. It's pretty easy, right? It's 99.9 Virgin Radio with Ed Sheeran, Camila Cabello, and Cardi B.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
So text ghosted to 99999 and boom, there you go. Entered. We may call you back. Now, 500,000 OkCupid users said they would not date somebody, could not date somebody, if they didn't do this. What's your could not date somebody?
If you don't clap when an airplane lands, I'm out, man. No, I cannot date someone. Honestly, if you're rude to service,
man.
That's so true.
That's why I like going on the first date out somewhere, because you get to see how they are right away. You get to learn what kind of a person you're dealing with,
and what their family's like too.
Oh yeah,
the family's like that too. No way, man. I'm out. Jax?
Self-awareness and communication. Like, you got to know what's up. And if you're not, like, doing active work on yourself, when it's therapy or reading, like, you got to know what's up. And you got to be able to communicate about it.
Yes.
Like using your words.
I think we said it earlier this week. The most attractive thing you can say to me now in my 30s on a date is, I have a therapist.
Yes.
I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Let's go home now.
Yeah. Some sort of therapy. Just do it, baby.
Believe it or not, and you're going to like the answer to this. Over 500,000 OkCupid users say they could not date someone who does not vote.
I could see that. Now, is that vote for what they think is the right way, or is that just vote period?
They just said vote period.
Really?
Okay.
So
now, I would imagine that at least half of them are like, well, but you should vote my way.
Yeah, exactly.
but voting at all.
Well, I was telling you guys, in the spring, I was seeing this girl for a minute, and, like, she was blatantly, like, not politically involved, nor was she interested. And it was, like, the biggest turnoff. She was just kind of like, yeah, screw it.
See, I don't think you need to be politically involved. I think you just need to have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, know what's going on. And she was just kind of like, just kind of like disengaged, and like, I don't need you to like be on the the front lines or anything, but I need you to know what is going on, and also, like, I don't know, have a heart. About it. Like, that's really hard.
Especially at that time when there were some very important conversations happening that needed to happen for a long time. And if you're like, I'm not political, you might want to be a little bit political right now.
If you're not political, you're too privileged. Let's go.
Well, okay, that's also unfair too. I don't think you can say that. I think what you have to say is, listen, I have opinions and I'm voting for what I think is the right person. You can't say someone's privileged if they don't care about that. I think what you can say is that they are not taking an active interest in their own future, and that is part of the turnoff with the dating. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying complete overall political disengagement.
100%. You should vote. Is the key.
Yes. No matter who you're voting for,
500,000 people want to date you on OkCupid.
Just vote, baby.
If you just cast a vote.
Get smooched if you cast a vote.
That's actually a really good campaign. Better than vote or die.
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know.
Like, all the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Sort of important. You're the jury. And you're the judge. 416-872-9999, 99999 to text. We read you this email. This person is asking to be judged. So it's time for you to judge. Producer Jesse, can you read the email, please?
This is from Pauline. Around the time when the pandemic hit, a family moved into our apartment building down the hall from us. Over the last 6 months, with school canceled, this family has used the hallway of the apartment like their personal front lawn. They have a patio set in the hallway. They run, they play, they even ride their bikes. I'm not even placing the blame on the kids. It's the parents who need to rein it in. There's green space outside the apartment building, as well as multiple parks and playgrounds that are open in the area. My boyfriend has been working from home, and he's often apologizing during Zoom meetings because his coworkers can hear the noise from the hallway. I have an email in my drafts that I'm ready to send to my landlord. Am I a bad person if I hit send?
So let me clarify. Has she reached out herself to them?
She does not specify.
I don't think she has. Mm-hmm. Most people wouldn't. Mm-hmm. So, Jax?
Bad person.
Bad person?
Talk
really?
to your neighbors. Yeah. Communicate with each other. Talk to other humans. Yeah, just politely say, like, before you go rat to the landlord, etc., go talk to each other. Like, we're in a really weird time where communication is a beautiful and essential thing, and like, just talk to each other. And maybe they're having a really rough time too. Maybe you're, I don't know, going to get to know your neighbors. Just talk to each other. Just talk to each other.
Not a bad person, because if they were willing to communicate, they would probably say something to their neighbors.
No,
they clearly don't care about the opinion of their neighbors. If they're letting them play in the hallway and there's green space outside, send the email. You're not a bad person.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
This is the one time I thought you and I were going to agree, Jax.
Really?
I actually thought we were going to agree on this.
No.
And I'll tell you why. Because these people are a-holes. And they know they're a-holes.
Yeah,
they know.
No.
They know. Don't tell me, as an adult with children, that you do not know that doing that in a hallway is an a-hole move. Producer Jesse and I had a boss, actually, your boss too, Jax, at another station, who did this with his dog in the park his. And I told him, like, you're an a-hole, man.
Yeah.
You used to let the dog loose in the hall
and run and throw balls and stuff.
Oh, you can't do that.
And he's like, I don't see the problem. I'm like, there's a huge problem.
It makes me think of every hockey tournament I used to go to as a kid. When you would stay in a hotel, we would have mini stick tournaments in the hall, and guess what would happen every single time? Someone would complain, the manager would be called, and then they threaten to kick us out of the hotel. This is life.
Listen, I'm just saying, you can go to that next step, but just have the first step first. Just talk to each other. Just try it out. Like, I think that communication is key. TJ, I also have to say, you called the noise complaint on your neighbors not too long ago, sir.
Because they were partying on a Monday night at 4 a.m. Like,
call out Kathy over here.
Different. All right, now, what do you think? 416-872-9999 or 99999 to text. It's Virgin Radio.
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know.
Like, all the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Before we judge, producer Jesse, can you recap us, please?
Pauline's neighbors' kids use the hallway of their apartment building as their own personal playground. So Pauline has an email in her drafts ready to send to her landlord to complain.
Now, Jax says not a bad person because bad person.
Because I think you should talk it through first before you send that email. I think you should give it a try.
DJ and I are like, just send the damn email.
Yeah,
you're not a bad person.
These people are
Talk to each other, everyone.
All right, we got Heather on the phone. Heather, go ahead. What do you think?
Oh, this is far too much coffee in my system. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
It's not normally this tricky.
So,
like, my hands are vibrating.
So you know the story. What do you think? Bad person or not?
Okay, so normally I would side with Jax on this one.
We get that
I'm
a lot.
normally, right? I'm normally the girl who would say, okay, have that little powwow, try and make peace and be like, hey,
Jax,
etc. But in this particular instance, unfortunately, I think when you're living in times where everyone's cooped up, everyone's in a tiny little bubble of this is all I've got right now, you kind of have to be extra sensitive to the people around you. And unfortunately, your children running amok like crazy little tyrants in a hallway is not respectful, straight up.
But you just said being extra sensitive and kind to each other, so that's why you guys should talk with your neighbors.
I agree. I normally would say absolutely.
Come back to my side. Come here. Come with me. Come over there.
Jack,
I miss you.
I already live on your side. I am there.
Okay.
Also, you don't know if another neighbor has already talked to them, right?
Yeah, but you can't just assume that.
No, but you can't assume that they haven't either.
that didn't even sound believable, DJ.
So, we got some text too.
Text her the 647, not a bad person. Their neighbor shouldn't be doing that at all. How is this discussion? Like, do they not have brains?
Okay, easy now.
It's a good question.
Another text in the 647. I agree with Jax. Well, we found one. Talk to the neighbor. If they don't change, send the email. At least you gave them a chance.
That's it. That's all.
Well, then they know who sent the email, though.
It doesn't matter.
And then it's weird. Yeah. It's awkward and weird. And then you're just the angry person who lives down the hall.
You know what? Other people have to deal with that. You gave them a chance.
Another text from the 905. If someone actually thinks this is socially acceptable, then there's no talking to them. There's no reasoning.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, you can't stop the a-hole roll.
Yeah.
A-hole's gonna a-hole.
Yeah, that train's just going to keep on chugging. Chugging.
People surprise you. I'm just saying. Okay?
Rarely. Your faith in people surprises me often.
New music. It's Miley Cyrus, and this is my new single, Midnight Sky, on Virgin.
True to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Time for the results. Producer Jesse, one quick recap for anybody that's missed it. Oh, your mic has to be on for that to happen.
Pauline's neighbors' kids use their hallway in their apartment building as their own personal playground. And she has an email ready in her draft to send to her landlord to complain.
So, just so you know, Jack says, bad person. You should talk to the neighbors first. TJ and I say, not a bad person. Email the landlord. What are you waiting for? What are the texts saying, Teach?
Last two here. One from the 905. Bad person. My question is, if this has been going on for like 6 months, why hasn't anyone said anything yet? Why now? Interesting point. Another text from the 416. Oh, hell no. Oh, do not talk to them. They sound like the type of people who would make it 10 times worse with the noise if you ask them to be quiet. Email and keep it anonymous.
I just think we all need to be a little soft.
And I respect that about you. Yeah. I respect that about you.
Yeah.
But this time,
Stop it.
No, I can't agree. Now, what does the city of Toronto and surrounding areas, the GTHA, say?
Sweet
Producer
GTHA.
Jesse.
This was a tough one.
Was it?
87% of people say not a bad person.
I had a feeling. That would happen.
I think that's 2 weeks in a row that we've been on the winning side here.
It feels good to get a winning streak going.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And it would suck to have a losing streak going.
Yeah,
You know what? You know what feels even better? Living in the land of softness.
More hits trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
Most Ontario University students will have their own dorm rooms. No visitors will be allowed, and there's also going to be no common areas, which means sit in your room and stare at the wall until class time. Universities are going to follow their own rules school by school, but it sounds like most of them are the same. Humber College, U of Ottawa, Queen's, the University of Guelph, all announced on their info pages that bringing a friend into your on-campus residence is a no-go this year. Didn't say anything about stairwells, as Adam Wylde pointed out a couple hours ago.
I have to tell you, those stairwells are going to be wild places.
You got kids in the parks. That's okay.
Ooh,
not when it's minus 30.
No, you know what?
Hey,
it's going to be the stairwells. You watch.
Keeps you young. Keeps you young.
As the prophet Jeff Goldblum once said in Jurassic Park, nature finds a way.
There's a reference.
A phenomenal one, too. Pilots in LA have reported seeing a guy in a jetpack at 3,000 feet in the air.
Love it.
So Sunday evening, right in the path of planes trying to land at LAX, a couple pilots came over the radio, and here was their conversation with the tower.
American 1997, we just passed a guy in a jetpack.
American 1997, okay, thank you. Were they up to your left side or right side?
Off the left side, maybe 300 yards or so, about our altitude.
Wow.
That's just somebody being like, I need to get out of this world. Like this.
I'm just wondering what Marvel movie they're supporting.
2020 is too much and I need to leave this planet.
There's got to be a promotion for something, right?
You got to think it's that, or Jax, you mentioned too, maybe it's just some YouTuber. Like if it's one of the Paul brothers, we riot. How about that?
It's a vlogger being like, check it out. I did
We're going to have a boxing match in space.
Yeah. I'd actually watch that.
True.
Also in the recording, you could hear the co-pilot saying, only in LA.
Yeah.
True.
Police are apparently investigating that. People who refuse to wear masks are likely to be sociopaths. This according to a new study conducted by researchers in Brazil, who found that people who ignore coronavirus measures exhibit higher levels of callousness, deceitfulness, and risk-taking, which is likened to traits of sociopaths. That story is presented without comment.
But I will make this sound.
Or this one. Interesting.
Did I tell you about the elevator ride I got stuck on with the guy who was like, hey, bro, I'm an asthmatic and I don't have to wear a mask?
That's not...
And I was like, that seems counterproductive. I'm like, I too am an asthmatic, but I'm wearing a mask. He's like, well, yeah, you need to get the medical bracelet so you don't have to wear the mask. I'm like... My lungs are already not up to normal speed, man. I don't want to get it.
Just put on a damn mask, okay? Okay.
No, get the medical bracelet.
But have you guys considered not wearing masks?
And by the way, he had just come in from smoking, so I figured.
He's brave.
Yeah.
He's brave.
Maybe all the tar will block it out. Now, coming up, We got to talk about what's in TJ's car. Yes. That laugh is, well, there's more of that coming.
Yeah.
Put it that way. $100,000 with Destroy Your Debt. You've got 3 minutes to text the word SING to 99999. Again, that's SING 99999. Make sure you include your name after the word. What is it, guys?
Sing.
Thank you, TJ.
TJ, cool.
Well, I was going to start too late, and then Jack said it, and I didn't want it to be like,
I don't think he was listening.
Here, ask me again, and I'll tell you.
What word is it, guys?
As the prophet Ed Sheeran would
It's
say.
sing. It's sing. It's sing.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Producer Jesse is telling me to tell you that we're going to call you.
Yeah.
So just make sure you pick up your phone, okay?
Yeah, please pick up your phone. We want to
Also,
talk.
Tinder and Bumble, you've matched with somebody. And here's the thing. You match with them, and you actually end up talking to them. I found this with Bumble, where it's like people match with you, and they'll be like, hey, and you'll be like, hey, and then...
Yeah, it just
That's
gone.
Yeah. It's like they open the door, said, hey, what's up? And then they close it behind them.
Yeah, there's like a TikTok about that. And people on Bumble, and they like walk in, they're like, "Oh my God, where have you been my whole life?" And then the other person's like, "Oh my, it's nice to meet you too." And then the person just leaves. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, how do you get that match to the next level and FaceTime? Now, because this particular article has to do with the fact that obviously there's a pandemic going on. You don't want to jump in. And sometimes it is good to FaceTime, although I personally don't do that because I hate FaceTime. It is good to FaceTime beforehand to just get a sense of whether I actually want to meet you for a coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like a good phone call. That's
Do you
indicative.
do that?
I love having phone calls.
Interesting.
Oh, see, I would much rather the FaceTime over the phone call because I feel like there's a lot more things that you can, like, phone calls can get more awkward because you're losing sight, where if there's things in the room, you can like, put them out.
Let's go. Like, I want to see how you are at your most awkward. Have a phone call with me.
Both of these are torture to me. I do not like phone calls. I do not like FaceTime.
You call me,
Let's
baby.
only FaceTime them from now on.
So how do you get them to the next one? So here's 5 phrases you can use, okay?
Okay.
Number 1, you're great. What do you say we take this to FaceTime to get to know each other a little better?
Ew, don't
It sounds
say
like
that.
TJ wrote that a little.
That sounds a little robotic. I don't even think I would write that.
Hello, it is me. Would you like to FaceTime? It's like, what?
Hello, it is I, a real person.
Yeah.
Number 2, we've been chatting for a while, so listen, I'm just wondering if you might be up for a FaceTime date.
That one's better.
Yeah, that was
More
a little
casual.
easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, okay. So I'm about to say the most 2020 thing ever.
Love it.
You want to go on a FaceTime date with me?
And then you have to send the 2 emojis that are like, where they're putting the fingers together.
Oh, yeah. You don't like that one?
No.
Why?
I just think it's like, I don't know, be more charming. Do better. You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's 4 more to go. There's 7,
Okay.
not 5 things. So I got that wrong. Number 4, you're so funny. I wouldn't mind getting some more FaceTime with you. Get it? Because, FaceTime.
See, I like making puns and jokes. I like that. That's funny. I mean, that wasn't good, but you could like
that was
something
great.
like that. Something
Yeah.
like that.
I'm
I
in for
love
that
that.
one.
I love that.
That's above my level anyway. Number 5, chatting with you has been so much fun. I'm ready to see your face bracket time, close bracket, if you're into it.
Yeah.
I hate that because I hate the whole like chatting with you has been fun.
Ew.
Like again,
Yeah.
I'm having a nice time.
There was-
we should,
There was somebody that started a conversation with me on Hinge, and it was so babbled that I had to show TJ. I'm like, is this a real person or is this just a bot creating
Yeah.
words? And he's like, just unmatch them. You don't even have to think
Yeah.
about it. Number 6, want to FaceTime? Or should we just wait for... oh my God, this is
What
bad.
is
Have you ever
this?
seen the show Catfish? This is a really bad
I
one.
love
Nev
Catfish.
from Catfish. So want to FaceTime, or should we just wait for Nev from Catfish to introduce us on an episode? That's a boo.
That's a weird reference.
Yeah, that's
like
a
that's
bump.
a deep cut.
at least
It is.
reference Tiger King or something.
Yeah. Number 7, what are you doing later? Want to hop on a FaceTime, have a little virtual date?
Like that's direct.
That's perfect.
Get it? Yes, that's direct.
Okay, I think number 7 was the best
Yeah.
one. Okay.
I think you also have to you have to dictate the fact that you're excited to talk to them. Like hey, what are you doing tonight? I would really love to hop on FaceTime with you.
Yeah.
Have a quick little date.
All right. I would just be like, all right, I want to see your face. We should FaceTime tonight.
Yeah.
Or I would say, let's have a staring contest and then just and then get on FaceTime with them and give them dead eyes. Like, I like making people really awkward. So I was just like, razz them.
Take it a step further. Be like, hey, want to fall asleep on FaceTime together tonight?
That's not so creepy.
Stop!
I love it.
That's
I
really
love
funny.
it.
You sound so cute when you breathe and you sleep.
TJ, don't.
Whoa!
Wow.
On FaceTime.
I've always been the one one to say.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
You ever have someone offer you a ride home and they seem otherwise normal, and then you get in their car and you're like, what the hell is in this car?
Yeah.
Like,
Who
what
is this person?
Why are you transporting this everywhere? And I'll be honest with you, like I like a clean car. TJ also likes a clean car. I don't know about you, Jax. Do you like
I love a clean car, but I also like to... Why are you humming? No, TJ's upset because one time I transported a couple pallets that I stole from the Canadian Tire parking lot, and you thought that was weird. But beyond that, my
Also,
car is
it
very
was
clean.
Thievery, but hey,
Yeah,
we'll
also
put that
illegal.
aside. Yeah, he just didn't want to be in a car with contraband.
Yeah. At that point, I'm an accomplice.
So
Listen, I'm your DD, okay?
normally,
Take the rides you get.
I'll keep things like mouthwash and deodorant in my car because sometimes I have to drive a few hours
Yeah.
to my parents' place, and I'm like, I don't want to smell that bad
Yeah,
going in.
yeah.
Whatever. But Jax, you carry some illegal contraband. TJ's the one with the weirdest thing. This is the weirdest one. TJ, do you want to explain to everybody, explain to the class what you carry, why you carry it?
Yeah, and I actually don't think it's weird. So my best friend Zach told me when I was in grade 9 that you always keep a bottle of cologne in your glove box.
Okay.
Because you never know when you're going to need a bottle of cologne. So I have had a bottle of cologne in my glove box since grade 9, or since I can drive, so grade 11 or 12.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's been the same bottle.
Because you never need a bottle of cologne in your car.
Like 10 years. And it's like a pretty greasy cologne.
Which one is it?
It's an American Eagle bottle of cologne from like
TJ.
10 years ago.
And I've seen photos of you little cutie, when you were a teenager and you had your puka shell necklace and,
his
little
long hair.
and American Eagle. But here's the thing: is like I carry spray in my car because you do want to smell good. That's the thing. But it's also like, I don't know, spray that I bought when I was 31, not 10.
I want you to imagine something for a second. Okay, so you're on a date with TJ. You're just getting to know each other. He offers you a ride home. Okay, that's all it is. He's being a gentleman. You're like, I'm really into this guy, and. On the way home, you need a tissue. And he's like, oh, it's just in the glove compartment. And you open the glove compartment and you see American Eagle cologne.
TJ.
Are you like doing the jump and roll out of that car immediately? Because I sure am.
Put your knees to your chest.
It's like it's right beside my Satsuma. Hang on a second here. Yeah, it's like,
Thank
what?
you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just odd. Like you're such a grown man in so many ways.
Well, he is. So here's what we wanted to ask you. Everybody's got that weird thing in their car that they hang on to. It's like you never know when you're going to need this. What is yours? Because we can't have TJ just twisting in the wind all by himself. He's not the only person in the city who has questionable items in his car.
I'm a lone wolf.
99999 to text. It's Virgin Mornings.
With Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
What do you keep in your car that makes people go, dude, why is that in your car? Like TJ and his 11-year-old American Eagle cologne.
So weird, babe.
He's 28. He bought it when he was 17 and when he started driving, and it's still there.
To be fair, I think I might have bought it a year or two previous and then put it in my car.
God.
Cool
So
teen alert.
yeah. I think this thing's legal drinking age.
TJ Tiger Beat O'Halloran over here. I think that's what that meant. Was it J14, Tiger Beat? What were the other magazines?
I think you're talking about Sex
Teen
Panther.
Bop.
Teen Bop.
Adam, call it
Okay.
Teen Bop.
There you go. So what do we got, TJ?
I just want to say that there are some people in the city that agree with me. TJ, I have a bottle of Euphoria Calvin Klein in my car, and
That's
it's been there
Calvin
for
Klein.
about 4 years, so you're not alone.
That's
LOL.
Calvin Klein.
Nice.
Same thing.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
Is
going
it,
to blindfold you and give you a sniff test, and you won't be able to tell the difference. I'll tell you that for free. Another text from the 647. I have a Ziploc full of sugar, stir sticks, and salt and pepper. I work in construction, and I'm always on the road. It's actually
Makes
really
That
good.
actually makes a lot of sense, especially when that truck comes by and it's like, "Meow, meow," the drinks truck and with the food. Jax, you're looking at me like you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I never want to hear you make a horn sound again.
You did the sound of a horn like we didn't know what a truck was.
It's actually
Have you
way
guys
more
heard of a
annoying than
truck
that.
Before?
It's that really long.
Oh,
annoying.
Still,
Good. Still doing it.
Doing it again.
Go ahead, TJ.
Ah.
Another one from the 905. I won't go anywhere without my sheepy. Jack, would you explain what that is?
Yeah, it's so you can pee on the road if you don't have
physically on the road.
Yeah, you just cup it around and give it a go.
All right.
It's like
as far as we need to go, I think we got it.
Picture like a funnel. Another one from the 289 in the same light. A roll of toilet paper and an air sick bag. We'll just leave that at that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Another one from the 905. I keep a box of condoms in my car because, well, you never know. You got to be prepared.
Cool.
They're just dust at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know that temperature swings and stuff like that ruin those
You
things.
shouldn't have condoms in your car, my
You
love.
should not.
I've had the same box of condoms in my car since I got the cologne.
I'm not surprised.
And it's unopened. Last text here from the 905. I keep a Swiffer in my glove box. Sometimes when I'm at a stoplight or in traffic, I'll pull it out and dust my dash.
I've got Lysol wipes for that exact reason. I do a little clean while I'm waiting.
I have baby wipes. Baby. But they work for everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Baby stuff. What?
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
You keep it in your car and no one can understand why. TJ?
Text from the 416 from Lisa. I always have a fork in the car. It's come in handy on multiple occasions.
Oh. Honey's hungry.
I would think even just as like a utility tool, it would be helpful.
I don't know what you would use it for other than a fork thing.
Or like a safety weapon. You know, don't come at me. I got a fork. All right, well, maybe me and Lisa are friends. Another text in the 647. The weird thing that I keep in my car would be my tech decks and Pokemon cards in the glove box.
Are you old enough to drive?
Well, this last one here from the 905 is very, very sweet. I have my dad's cologne in the middle console. He passed away, and I always loved the way he smelled, so I spray it from time to time.
I have a collection of dimes in my car because dimes. If you find, I lost my dad about a little over 2 years ago, and if you find dimes, it means like a little message from a loved one.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's bizarre. I find dimes all the time in like the most bizarre, odd places. So whenever I found one, I put it in my car and roll around, drive around with Dad.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm gonna cry now.
And this is what's trending right now.
Ontario doesn't have plans to let you expand your bubble past 10 people this fall. This according to the Ontario Minister of Health, Christine Elliott, who would likely be in the know. They said, we recognize that social bubbles for students will be larger, but we are also facing the flu season, so we're going to keep things as they are for right now. We may change that in the future, but for right now, we are going to keep it in its present stance. Makes sense. I mean, like, you
why risk it?
Because you got to think it's going to be flu season. It's cold season. There's allergies too. Like, why even risk it, you know?
I have a nice little bubble on the go, and I wouldn't mind getting cozy again. It's soup season, guys.
I'd also like to say that I predicted this and said that cuffing season would be insane this year, and it will be. So get your cuff on soon, because you're going to run out of people, and then you're just going to be stuck with the dregs, and you don't want that.
Wow. You know what? I wasn't
I'm looking out for you.
No, I was like, let's make this sound soft. And you're like, let's make this sound bleak.
Let's get real, all right?
I like how you just talked about hooking up like it's part of the pandemic. You're like, we got to find someone to hook up
you
with.
got to keep them in your bubble. You got to do your thing, right?
If we learned anything from the first round, it's you got to know, you got to go. I can't say that on
I don't think we learned anything. From the sounds of it.
It sounds like we know less.
Tell us more about what we learned, Jax.
Find someone to have sex with is what I'm saying.
Someone stole a $500,000 statue from a Toronto yard that weighs 500 pounds. This happened on the street west of Spadina. It's a depiction of Adam and Eve nuzzling on a bench. Police are searching for it. The statue was stolen in the night on Tuesday morning. You might remember a couple months ago, somebody also stole a traffic camera weighing 800 pounds. So that means, guys, that there is a burglar in the city that is also the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
There you go.
I can't prove it, but based on the evidence, that's where it's leading us. Uber riders are now going to have to provide photographic evidence that they're wearing a face mask before trips. In the statement from Uber, they said earlier this year, we built innovative technology designed to verify that drivers on Uber and delivery people on Uber Eats were wearing a mask. And we firmly believe this is a two-way street. That's why we're expanding the same technology to riders too. So if a driver reports to the app that a rider wasn't wearing a mask, the rider will be required to take a selfie with their face covered before they're able to take another trip with Uber. The idea being it can ensure the safety of Uber for the next driver. And they said that this verification system is going to roll out in Canada and the US by the end of the month.
I love that. Just put on a friggin' mask.
Yeah, it's easy.
Come on.
They would do it a little bit sooner than a month from now.
Well, I think it's probably just getting the technology ready to go, right? But good for them. That's awesome. Protect the drivers.
That's what's trending. I'm TJ.
Thank you, TJ. So today, 10 a.m. Robin's going to have another keyword for you to win $100,000 with Destroy Your Debt. If you missed anything from today's show, or you'd like to watch anything back, and I say watch because you can watch the entire show. Check out YouTube. Just search Virgin Radio Toronto.
YouTube.
Our whole show is posted there every single day, video podcast, or you can download it on iHeartRadio. Whatever works for you. Have a good one.
Brand new Lamborghini, a cop